Oh man, now this is the main reason, the main motivator that got me into Star Citizen to begin with. The whole aspect of going deep into the great unknown to find uncharted lands, uncharted planets, star systems, to just go and set foot in places where man has never set foot before, to negotiate a first contact with an alien race, to find new resources, a new place for people to settle down. I mean, exploration is where it's really at. I think that's the driving force behind Star Citizens, the whole idea of mankind's expansion into the galaxy at large. And so there are various ships available in the verse to allow us to do that. And you will have your pick. I mean, depends on your choice, your taste, or your gameplay. If you're a multiplayer, you have large ships like the Aquila, the Carrack. You also have the Freelancer DUR. And so they are all explorers, even as small as the Reliant Sin, and they all perform similar duties, except some of them are a lot more adept than others. You could say that even the Endeavor, the MISC Endeavor, uh, even though it's a science platform, that is basically an explorer because it's also designed to go into deep space, very long distances for extended periods of time. So you will be able to take that ship into uncharted territory. Now, whether or not it's armed enough to defend itself against a vandal, I don't know. I got to look at the specs on that ship. I really haven't looked at it much because it's not available. And plus, I want to set aside certain ships for in-game purchasing. Originally, the Carrack was one of those, but because of the anniversary sale, that changed. But the Endeavor is still on the in-game goal list, along with the Orion. But exploration has a lot of different possibilities. I mean, you have your Pathfinders, you have the guys that just pretty much uh, they're trailblazers. They find the small and the large jump points. They find new safe passages from outposts or bases to uncharted areas, and they plot the courses for larger ships, say for it's like the Pioneer to go. And your Pathfinders are probably the first ones to get contracted by corporations because a lot of corporations are looking for more resources to mine so they can build and expand. And they need someone with some expertise and a good ship to go out ahead of everybody else and chart and map and survey and come back with the information. And so explorers can do that as a pathfinder. So I mean, you can use something like a 315P or Mustang Beta to just go out there and sniff around to see what's happening. And then you look at the hardcore explorers. These are the guys who go out there and literally land on alien planets and face possible hostility. So you're looking at a ship that's well armed, well supplied, well armored, and excuse me, and likely will have a snub ship attached to it, something like the Aquila or the Carrack. I think the Endeavor may have a snub ship. Again, I don't know about the Endeavor. I gotta really look at that ship, even though I know I want it. I really just haven't dug too much into that ship. I think I might just do a video on the Endeavor just separately, just picking it apart and looking at it and discussing the kind of stuff that I may be able to do with it. But again, your first wave of exploration would be your pathfinders. These are guys out there for short term, right? And they're not out there for the long haul. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Ooh. And they're just out there to chart jump points, to survey the area to find out whether there's hostile presences there or not. Maybe they're there to look for natural resources. Maybe they're out there to say, okay, well, there's water here. There's ice over there that can be converted into water and oxygen, or there's nitrogen in this area, so we can use that for fuel. That kind of thing. And they're only out there for a short time, get the information, and then they come on back in because they have limited fuel and limited supplies. And then, of course, like I said, your hardcore explorers head out there with that same information. And if you're a player and you want to explore, I think starting small would be a good idea. I mean, instead of taking a huge gamble and take your big ships out first and not knowing exactly where you're going to go, and then all shit hell and happens, you find yourself with some deep kimchi and your ship is blown to bits. Well, you can start small, go out a little ways, scan a little further, and say, okay, yeah, I can go this way, and then take that information and load up your larger ship, your Aquila or your DUR or your Carrack, and head on out and do your thing. And that's when it really gets good because now in this part of exploration, we're talking about now we're looking at hard science too, and that's also where the Endeavor is going to shine, or the Carrack, because the Carrack has more uh, computers to analyze data. Uh, it even has a laboratory that comes with it. Um, I don't know if the Aquila comes with one. I think it just has long range scanners and that's it. But it doesn't have a medical bay like the Carrick does. It doesn't have a lab or repair facilities. So the Aquila will be like a medium range or medium term explorer, just like the DUR would be. Those ships are good to go a little further, but they can't stay as long either. But a Carrick or an Endeavor, that's long term. Those two ships are designed to be out there for a couple years, maybe. Well, years in game time, of course, but they're designed for the long haul. So when you get to the planet, so when you get to a solar system, you bring in the hard science. You're going to look for natural resources. Can we find water? You're going to look for raw materials. Is there metals that we can use and process that to build with? Whether it be minerals. Minerals, you could use minerals for water treatment, minerals for, of course, medicinal purposes, and also for tempering metal. You know, what other resources are there? Or are there resources that we have yet to discover? Is there a new type of metal or a new type of nutrient or mineral out there? And then, of course, there's the land because now everybody's talking. Everybody's talking about land claims and beacons and all that kind of stuff, which that goes in hand with uh, exploration. And honestly, I don't think the land claim thing is going to be that big of a deal. I think there's been more hype about it than needed. I mean, sure, there are thousands of players out there who likely own a Pioneer, and they're going to be landing in these different places and staking claims, whatever. But Cloud Imperium Games has made it very, very clear that the verse is going to be extraordinarily immense. So there's going to be plenty of space for everybody to do what they want to do. So people having land claims and what have you, that's not going to be an issue. So I really will let that just wash over you. I mean, if you're hearing people say, "Oh my God, it's going to be so overcrowded," yada yada yada, that's just hype. I would just take it with a grain of salt and just brush it aside. Um, because that's just part of the pioneer aspect. That's exploration. So you're going to take a ship out there. You're going to find a planet. You're going to survey it. You're going to check out the geography on it. You're going to check out the metallurgy of it. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to check out everything about this planet. Can you live on this planet? Can you sustain yourself on this planet? Is there flora and fauna on there that we can process for, say, food or livestock? Are there any hostiles in the area? Or are there any indigenous species that are somewhat intelligent or highly intelligent that we can start a concourse with? The first contact protocol, right? I mean, that's also like that's like the pinnacle of the exploration mission. First contact to reach out to a new intelligent civilization and start up trade with them and start up treaties and uh, and and and, uh, and parlaying and understanding one another, trading of culture. You know, that's the kind of stuff that we as human beings long for, and for dozens of years have been looking for that. We've been looking for that. Hey, who else is out there who's willing to trade with us and exchange information and cultures and history, that kind of thing? We've been looking for that. And in this game, we'll be able to do that with with the known species like the Banu. We do trade and business and stuff with them. But I'm hoping that they've installed that they have an unknown race, right? That we will encounter, and we will have the option of either um, opening up a dialogue with them or waging war. Excuse me, sneeze, sneezing. Oh, okay, but yeah, if they have a mission where you can open some kind of a dialogue with the new species or wage war, that'll be totally up to you. But again, that would affect the gameplay. So would it affect? I wonder if something like that would affect the entire game for everybody, or would it be like an instance where you know it'll be solely it'll be a player's own instance, like it's his own personal game, private game, where he either makes peace with these beings or makes war with them, and then uh, stuff escalates from there. But exploration is like, oh man, that's like the butter on the bread. You know what I'm saying? It's not the combat part. It's not even the building part. It's the discovery, finding new life forms. And that's why I wanted Endeavor, because with the Endeavor you can fly to another planet. Well, actually, you could do that with all exploration ships for the most part, because each one of these exploration ships are going to, except for like 315P, it's not going to have that kind of stuff, or uh, the Terrapin. No, not gonna be able to, they those two ships will just have scanners, but like the Reliant Sin, the DUR, the Aquila, the Carrack, the Endeavor, um, they will have scientific facilities where you can use microscopes and electron microscopes and telescopes, and you could actually just look far and near for life. Whether it's intelligent life or cellular life or microbial life, whatever, you just look for it, and you can also look for like new plants. Maybe there's a plant out there that has certain medicinal properties that we can use to help cure a disease, right? How awesome would that be? You will be the player to discover a plant that finds that has the cure to some kind of incurable cancer or something. Wouldn't that be awesome? That's also part of exploration of science. So if you have that pioneering spirit, and if you had that the yin to go into the unknown, if you were one of those people who would be the first to go into a dark cave, right? Everybody else says, "Hell no, I'm not going in there." But while they're saying, "Hell no," you're already halfway through the cave. If you're that guy, if you're the guy who's not afraid to step forward when it comes time to volunteering for something unknown, right? Then exploration will likely be a good career for you. You will be the vanguard, as it were, of the human race. So whether or not you put yourself forward as a friend or foe is entirely up to you, because these exploration ships are not just for good people, right? I mean, pirates can use them just like good people can. It's just like the Empire can use it. So pirates can use these exploration vehicles for the same purpose, to find some place to set up shop. That's unmolested by the Empire, right? That's outside controlled space. They can very well use exploration ships for the same purpose. So, and they can also come across other species and wage war with them. Or if they're hostile toward the Empire, well, they could probably ally with them. So then you have these human traders fighting against the Empire. I mean, that's perfectly plausible. So that exploration career is very, very deep and is evolving. And this is the career that I want to get into. Right. This is why I started playing Star Citizen to begin with. It wasn't anything else other than the whole aspect, the possibility of getting out there and just finding what could not be found and learning what was not known. You know what I'm saying? And seeing what no one's ever seen before. I mean, how awesome is that? Not necessarily being the first, but actually just experiencing something that no one else has or cared to do, right? So really exploration has is I think this is between I would say between the industrial and the exploration careers. I think those two careers are really going to build Star Citizen up. It's going to get it's going to get the economy going, and it really really support the lore. And they've got this great story and history with this game. It's so fantastic. And I also think that the exploration career is going to add more to the Star Citizen mythos. It's going to add more depth and more flesh and more reality and weight to all of these histories and lore and legends. And I'm really looking forward to exploration to actually use the Carrack for what it was built to do. I mean, I just can't wait to get my Carrack in space. I'm like just so geeked to find out that it's now in production. That soon I will be able to fly it around. I'm just really really raring to get my hands on that ship. How do you guys feel about that? Are you guys excited? So I'm really excited about exploration. I'm really looking forward to doing it. I think they're going to open up some exploration careers or missions in the next patch 3.1. Right now, I think they're just fleshing out the ships and getting all the mechanics and everything down packed. And then in the next two patches, we're going to start seeing exploration really take off. Man, I just really can't wait. I'm really excited about that. Okay, so that's I don't want to keep prattling on. I just really like exploration. I like the whole idea of exploring alien planets and moons and just going into unknown star systems and just seeing what's out there, man. I mean, that's that was always a dream of mine. Even as a kid, I just wanted to go into deep space and just explore in the name of mankind, that kind of cool heroic kind of shit. Okay, but I am done with this one. This is the last video of the career series. I hope I've educated a few of you. I hope I did okay, a decent job with that, and I've clarified some stuff for you. And maybe you were kind of like on the fence with some things. Uh, you were undecided. Maybe you really wanted to do a certain career, but it didn't really cement itself for you. You really just couldn't uh, see how far you could take it. So I'm hoping these videos opened up some doors and some possibilities and really got the juices flowing and got the wheels turning, got you thinking like, hey man, okay, I think maybe I could do this. I could do it this way. Combat roles, industrial roles. There's so many ways to take these jobs. And depending on how creative you are, you can do all kind of cool stuff in Star Citizen. Really, really cool stuff. So let's get our ships together, get our crews together, and let's get out there and let's have a damn good time, man. Hey, if you see me out there, hey, send me a message, man. Send me an invite. We can team up, do a multi crew. Let's get out there in the verse and have a ball, guys. Until then, I will see you later.